Hey guys, so I just purchased this Bible study. It's a 1 year study, and I've been just trying to get more in depth with my Bible study. I obviously read the Bible and try to study it as best as I can. Um, but I kind of want to go through the whole thing and get the history of it and just apply it more to my life, and I just felt like I needed a little something extra. So I found these on Amazon, and I will link them down below. I have an Amazon storefront, and I have a section of like Bible study tools and journaling or whatever. So you can kind of look in there, and if you're interested in purchasing, I really like the way that it's set up. It is by Zach Windall. I don't know, but it comes in two parts. So you get the Old Testament and the New Testament, and it is looks like it's an 8.5 by 11 size. So I love that it's bigger, more. I really like bigger like notebooks and books and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of go through a little bit. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, obviously, but I kind of went through it a little bit on my own, but I do like the way that it's set up. And so it goes through every book of the Bible, and it has, obviously it says 1 year study plan, and it goes through the Old Testament. It has how many books are in it, how many authors, what the timeline is. So it's creation through 400 BC, has them broken down into, which books are part of the Torah, historical, prophetic, wisdom. So I really love how it's all broken down. Um, so it has who the author is, kind of a lot of history, a lot of information, and then kind of some explanation about the book of Genesis. And every chapter is broken down kind of the same way. So I'm just going to show you the one chapter in case you're interested. And again, this is something that I've just been wanting to do for a while. And I've studied like separate books of the Bible, but I've never gone through it book by book, just from beginning to end and just going in depth with all of them. So it's just something that I want to do. And obviously it's October. So, ideally I would have liked to start in January, but I want to get started as soon as possible. And I'm going to do this. I wanted to do it with one of these like 1 year study Bibles, but those always start in January, and I don't know, it would kind of throw me off looking at it and it's saying January 3rd and it's, October 23rd. So I think I'm just going to use one of my regular Bibles and just kind of go through based on what they're giving me in this book. So it has, questions. This one says, what did God create and do each day? And gives you the scriptures where you can find that at. And just has lots of questions and information for you to work with. And then some nice little pages there. And this, to me, if you wanted to, you could take notes on these pages. I think I'm going to use separate notebooks for every book of the Bible. That way I can kind of have it to go back and refer to, or if I ever want to do this again, I can kind of use those, add to it. So I think I'm just going to get a separate like journal, notebook, or whatever for every book of the Bible. I'm not sure yet. I just got these in the mail, so I want to figure out what's going to work best for me, and kind of see how long it'll take me to get through and work. It may take me more than a year. I don't know, but I want to work on it. And I'm thinking about, going through some of it with you guys, recording myself studying and kind of showing you what I find and whatnot. So if it's something that you're interested in, let me know down below. I would definitely like your input. I want to get back into recording. I believe this is what I'm called to do. I am by no means a Bible expert or, nothing like that. But I want you to learn as I learn, and maybe we can, teach each other, kind of help each other out, especially if you're a new Christian. I'm not a new Christian. I'm not a baby Christian. I've been I gave my life to the Lord when I was 15 years old. I'm 44 years old now. And obviously I've, had good days, good years, bad years. I've strayed away. I've come back. So I'm by no means perfect. I'm not a Bible expert. I'm not, your holy, holier than thou, or anything like that. I'm just regular everyday person who is trying to do what God has called me to do and trying to figure out what he has me here for. Um so yeah, I'm just kind of trying to share what I've learned, what I'm learning as I learn it, and that's what I think some people need. Sometimes when you're a new Christian, when you're new in the faith, you can feel a little intimidated by people who have been who have been saved and living the Christian lifestyle for so long. You don't feel connected and you feel like maybe they're going to judge you or something like that. And I'm definitely not here for that. I fail God every day. There's no perfection here. So I just want to get closer to God myself and build that relationship and build my knowledge and wisdom in the Bible and just get as much as I can, from God and from the Bible, and share as much as I can and learn as much as I can from other people. So that's what I'm doing here. And so, like I said, I've been wanting to do this for quite some time. And I found this on Amazon. I thought, you know what? Why not? Have a lot of other resources and other books that I could use, but I wanted something that was in one book that I could work off of and then use those as resources and references. But I want to have something where it's all in one place. So again, so they have like pieces broken down here, questions that you can ask, and that they're asking that you can answer and kind of do more studying on. Lots of, breaking down here. And then it says the 12 tribes of Israel. And it just continues to go on. So final thoughts, and it has, some more information. So then the Torah book 205. So then it goes on to Exodus, and it just, goes all the way through. And I'm excited. Like I said, I'm excited. And every book, every lesson, or every, I don't know, book is broken down pretty much the same way, I guess, to the way that it works with that chapter. So obviously, they have them set up differently here so that you can, work on it that way. Let's see here. So then we're doing, all of, like I said, and it breaks it down. Same thing: author, date, audience, reason, theme, key verse. All that information is always on this first page. And then, you go into the actual book. So this is Leviticus, and breaks it down, questions, explains everything, final thoughts. So you have all that again. And again, it just keeps going all the way through, and, has some nice pictures. And just, again, I would probably use this to put notes on. I may cover it up. You can journal in here, obviously, if you want to. I know I'm kind of weird. I don't like writing in my books and stuff, but I may write in this one. And then again, it's the same thing for the New Testament, and it just breaks it down the same way. You have this, oops, am I in shot? You have the page with all the information, and then it goes into all of your questions and all the information in there. So my thought was, like I said, I wanted to use one of these, like, this one. I don't think this one is broken down. Let me see. Hold on. I forgot how this one's broken down. These are my little page dividers. I just took scrapbook paper, and I have to write the chapters in there. I just shoved them in there, and they stay pretty well. So yeah, so see, this one's broken down by day of the week. So technically, I guess if I wanted to start on a Monday, I could just pick a Monday and go ahead and get started. And this goes from, so it's chapter 1. So it's the whole first chapter. So I could do something like this one. This is one of them, this is a devotional Bible, but I don't know. Let me see. Now, this is my favorite Bible. I will say this is a nice big one. It's not 8.5 by 11, but it's pretty close, probably 8 by 10 maybe. I love bigger books, bigger Bibles, bigger journals. This one does not have like dates or anything on it, so definitely probably would work a little bit better. And then just work off of whatever chapters they have you working on. But see, I don't think this is broken down. I'm sorry, so we're kind of going through it together here. Let me see. I'm just going to go straight to Genesis over here. So, let's see. So this one's verses 1, chapter 1, verses 1, 2, and 3. Genesis chapter 3. So, okay, so if you need something that's going to break it down for you, like give you like a schedule of when to read and how to read it, this may not be the only thing that you want to use. You would probably want to use like one of these types of, like read the Bible in a year type, things, or try and find yourself a year, read the Bible in a year, like schedules, and then work off of that. I do think that I'm going to, I don't know. That's what I'm going to have to figure out. I'm going to have to figure out how I want to do this. Am I going to read the whole chapter? Read the whole book and then do the study? Am I going to read a chapter and then work off of it? So I have to figure that out. This is probably one of my oldest Bibles. And again, I've had this thing since high school. And it looks pretty good for being so old. I don't like writing in my Bibles. I'll shove papers in there. I'll take notes on them. I have another one that I put sticky tabs on. I think I wrote in this one maybe once. I might have highlighted 1 or 2 spots. I do not like writing in my Bibles. I don't know why. It's just a thing. Out of all the Bibles that I have, I think I've only really ever written in a couple of them. This is another one. See, I've written in this one a couple of times. This is another one that I really like. This is the Daily Walk Bible. It's the NLT version. This one, I think, but see, this one I think starts in January. This is like see, this would be good if I wanted to start, in the beginning of the year. And I will link all my Bibles I don't have them in my Amazon storefront yet, but if I can find them in there, I'll definitely show you. If you don't have a Bible that you completely love or anything like that yet, I would suggest going to thrift stores, used bookstores. You could definitely get better deals. I have a Second and Charles in my area. I don't know if that's like something that you find everywhere, but we have a Bible. If you're in the Midwest, there's this place called Bibles for Missions. They always have lots of Bibles and reference books there. So definitely check out your thrift stores. I always find really good Bibles. I found this one at one of my thrift stores and I absolutely love it. I will be doing something to it because I don't like this soft cover. I like my covers hardbound or just a little bit thicker. This is just like a regular paperback. So yeah, if you're interested, like I said, I will put this in my description box so you can take a look at it. If if this is something you'd be interested in, let me know. Maybe we can work through it together. I would love to do something like this. I've even considered doing a Patreon just devoted to like doing this Bible study. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. I also found this verse mapping. I've never done verse mapping, but I'm really interested in seeing how this works. I've looked up a couple of videos on it. None of them explained them the way that I could understand it. So I'm going to look up a couple more and see. This one has like space for you to write in. Again, I find it hard to write in my Bibles, but I don't know. That's something that I was thinking about looking at too. I want to just, like I said, get more in depth with my Bible study. It may take me more than a year. I don't know. We'll see. But definitely find yourself a couple different versions of the Bible, different translations, just to give yourself a better understanding. Because sometimes, the New King James and the King James versions are just a little bit confusing, a little bit harder to understand. This Common English Bible sometimes I think dilutes it a little bit too much, but I do like it to read through it and get a quick understanding of, what the scripture is. I think my favorite translation is probably the New Living Translation, maybe. Yeah, I think this is probably my favorite translation. Excuse me. Because it's a cross between the New King James and the NIV. So, yeah, I think this is probably my favorite. The New Living Translation is probably my favorite. So again, when I study, I like to have all my different versions. I will read all of them. I will go through each of them. This Max Lucado Inspirational Bible is probably one of my favorites for sure. And I've actually tried doing the life lessons study with, they have studies, Bible studies. I have those and I'll probably use those as well. They're broken down by book. So I'll probably include that in my Bible study. And again, I mean, this is just something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. And if it's something that you'd be interested in kind of going along with me, let me know, because I want to make sure that I'm putting out content, not just, to put out content, but that's edifying. And, I'm going to make some journals to go with it. So that'll be another part of it. So let me know in the comments down below if that's something you'd be interested in. I do still want to keep doing my daily devotionals. I don't have anywhere to do them right now, so it's been very hard to record. I don't have my craft room together. A lot of times I can't record in my room because either my husband's in here when I want to record asleep or something, or the kids are moving around whenever I want to record. So please be patient with me, but I am going to get it together. I promise I'm going to get it together. Pray for me. It is on my prayer list right now to get my YouTube channel moving the way that he would have me to, to go. So definitely keep me in your prayers and let me know. Let me know if this is something you're interested in. Again, I have it in my description box. So definitely check it out if this is something you'd be interested, even if you don't want to do it along with me. I think it's a great resource for anybody who's just trying to, get themselves more into the Word. There's no pressure in it. You do it at your own pace. Like I said, it says it's a 1-year study. I mean, there's no timeline in here, so I don't know exactly how that's supposed to work. So do you read I'm going to have to read all of this and kind of see how they break it down to get it to a year, because I don't, oh, okay, ha ha ha. Week 1, there we go. So that's how they've got it. So week 2, you read the whole thing of Genesis. Okay, I got it now. Duh. Guess if I would have looked, I would have found it. So, yeah, so I mean, here's your breakdown. So then, if you want, you can go through, highlight it when you're done, and then, keep track of it that way. You get yourself a journal. Again, so okay, so now I know. I'm not as confused now. So there we go. Week 1 would be Genesis. So you have the whole week to read it. So I would probably, start on a Monday and work through the week that way. And then, yeah. So definitely check it out. Let me know, again, if this is something you're interested in. I'm not going to be starting right away. I may start this in November. Just so that I can get my resources together, get my journals put together. That way, when I do get into it, I'm ready to go full force and into it, and give you guys a chance to order it if you'd like to order and kind of get yourselves situated. So stay tuned. I'll have a little bit more information on this coming soon, and I will be starting my devotionals again this coming week, or maybe this week, depending on kind of my timing and what have you. So that is it for today. And I'm sorry if you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Melissa, and I like to do all things journaling. I do have another channel where I do DIYs. Both of my channels, I've kind of been on a hiatus because we moved and just had a lot going on. And I just didn't have the ability to post videos. But I'm getting back into, getting my videos posted and getting back in touch with you guys. So definitely hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you are notified whenever I upload a new video, so you know what else is coming and what I've got going on. And if you are one of my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I just pray that you all have an amazing day, amazing rest of the week. And until next time, be blessed and be the reason someone smiles. Bye, guys.